Hello students, today I am going to discuss with you the short story The Blue Bay, page number 93. From deep water came the crocodile, out of black water curved with whirlpool and into the frill of gold shallows by the stepping stones. So there is a lake or a river. From there the crocodile came out, and it was such a big size that when it came out from the black water, it was covered with the whirlpool that is used for the movements in the water, and still gone shallow by the stepping stones, and came near the bank of the river or the shore of the river on the stepping stones. He was twice the length of a tall man, and inside him, among the stones which he had swallowed to aid digestion, rolled a silver bracelet. He was double the length of a very tall man, and he was such a strong digestive system that even he had swallowed a stones. He had eaten the stones that rolled a silver bracelet, and that looked like a bracelet of the stones inside him. Timber was being floated down the great Indian River. From it is a kind of a wood from forest further up, and there were sleepers lying stuck around the stones until someone came to dislodge them and send them on their way, until floods lifted them and jostled them along. So the river, there was a timber forest or wood was found by nearby the river, and some of the timber wood floated in the river, and slipper wood is used for the big part of the wood, and those wood part which floated in the river, they struck near the stones, and when the flood came or somebody with force, when dislodged them or separated them from the stones and sent them on their way. The crocodile had no need to hide himself. He came to rest in the glassy shadow among logs and balanced there on a tiptoe on the ribbed sand. And with only his raised eyes out of the water and raised nostrils breathing the clean air. Most of the time, crocodile came out for the rest to enjoy the sun heat or a fresh air, and he did not need to hide himself because of the water, because of the woods there. He just sit there on the sand on his front toes and enjoyed the sunlight and the water. Just his eyes are out of the water and his nose is out. Around him, broad, sparkling water traveled between cliffs and grass and forested hills. A jungle track came out of scrub each side and down to the sun whitened stepping stones on which a little flycatcher was floating and thrilling along. So he does not need crocodile does not need to hide himself. He is covered with the he is rested on the sand and covered with the water and the wood, and around him there is a water, there is a grass, there are hills there, and track of jungle track means track of few animals, a track of other animals, track of small insects, and sun whitened stepping stones on which a little flycatcher was flirting and trilling along. It means that small insects make their sound over there, they move here and there to catch the flies. The mugger crocodile, blackish brown above the yellowy white, under lay motionless, able to wait forever till food come. So the big crocodile, who is black and brown from upper side and yellow and white from underside and lay motionless without any movement, he rested there, and he could wait for much time to wait for his food. This Antediluvian Syrian, this historic juggernaut, ferocious and firm, these words are used for crocodile. And juggernaut means very violent, very large, with dangerous and unbeatable force. A vast force in the water, propelled by the unimaginable and irresistible power of a huge tail, lay lapped by ripples and throb in his throat. So he was such a big crocodile, very powerful, very dangerous, and unbeatable, and he rested there within the force of the water, and his uncontrollable big tall very tail, sorry, very powerful tail is also There lay lapped by ripples on the stones, and it also rested there on the stones. His mouth, running almost a whole length of his head, was closed and fixed in that evil bony smile, and where the yellow underside came up to it, it was tinged with green. So he has such a big mouth. His jawline was just to the almost half of his head, and his smile that looks very evil because of his big teeth, and it looked yellow side when he opened his mouth. The yellow side and the green side under it's also shown. So all these things is said about the description of the crocodile. From the day, perhaps 100 years ago, when the sun had hatched him in the sandbank, and he had broken the shell and got his head out and looked down, ready to snap anything before he was fully hatched. From that day, when he had once made for the water, ready to fend for himself immediately. So the writer is saying it might be possible that 100 years ago, because of the sun heat, when that crocodile egg was hatched and he came out, from that particular day when he took his head out from the egg, he was ready to snap, means attack, from that moment when he came on this earth. From that day he entered into the water and ready to fend for, ready to find anything, ready to get food for himself. He had lived by brainless craft and ferocity, escaping the birds of prey. The birds of prey, the insects or birds who used to eat small animals, and great carnivorous fishes that eat baby crocodiles. He had prospered, catching all the food he needed and storing it till buried in holes in the bank. So he was able to save himself from the big fishes who eat small crocodile, and the big bird who used to eat small fishes or crocodile from the water. He was able to survive. He was able to find food, keep food for the other days in the holes near the bank, tepid water to live in, and plenty of rotted food grew himself in his great lamp. Because of the water, because of the food, plenty of food which was available in that water, he got a great strength and came into great length. Nothing could pierce the inch thick armored hide, not even a rifle bullets which would bounce off, not even a very sharp weapon or a rifle could kill him. Only the eyes and the soft underarms offered a place. Only there is one place where he could be killed. First is eyes, and second place is of soft underarms. This is very important. These two places are where if he is hit, he can be killed. He lived well in the rivers, sunning himself sometimes with the other crocodiles, muggers, as well as the long snouted fish eating gorillas, on warm rocks, sandbanks where the sun dried the clay on them quite white, where they could pop off into the water in any moment if alarmed. So he rested there with the other crocodiles, and the sand color became almost white because of the sun, and they sit there in such a position that if there is any alarm of danger, immediately they could enter into the water.